we have different prices depending on how people are ordering or where they're ordering. And as we know, I'm not a fan of that. So as it is, I'm struggling with whether or not. So, Chris, the Festival of Arts, the big Grand Rapids, it's June, I think is when it is, the big one downtown. They opened up food vendor applications this Friday, I think.
Is that the one that you went to that everybody was?
So that one's tied to Art Prize, that was the art of food. This one is a long-standing festival in Grand Rapids.
The art of food that nobody
16% though is what they take.
16%.
16%. Yep, which is pretty much right there at the line of I'm okay with, and
I was going to say that's not nearly as bad as others that we've heard. So,
but they require that you stay open the entire time.
What is the application fee?
There isn't. It's $50 to apply, but you have to be open on Friday from noon to 10, Saturday from 10 to 10, and Sunday from 10 to 6. Have to be open the entire time.
So you have to have food for sale the whole time.
Yep. They recommend having 3,000 servings a day to make sure you can make it through. So then you start doing the math. Well, 3,000 servings. Even at the lower average of a $10 sandwich, you're at 30 grand a day. $100 grand weekend.
Jeez.
At that point, I'm like, oh, well, $16,000 check to write them at the end of the weekend.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem so bad when you're going to clear the other 40.
Man.
But, hey, yeah, we've been there. We were there. When you prep for a crowd of that size.
And then you don't have a tournament.
And then it's
rains.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
So I did reach out to a couple of their food trucks. Patty Matters has been there. I said, "Are the crowds as advertised?" She said, "Yeah, it's busy." And they've been going for the last few years.
But it's a whole lot easier to put 10,000 or 3,000 servings of Patty Matters on a truck than it is.
You can always crank out more hamburgers.
3,000 servings of fresh.
So
meat.
All right, Josh. So let's chat about that. Since Chris brings that up, let's chat about that. So I know, working on your truck the couple times I know that for the next day, you're loading your smoker up during service, basically, like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yep.
So, and you typically pull everything off, around 4?
Yeah.
Ish?
Okay. Between 4 and 4:30, usually it's done. Yeah.
So if you know that you're going to have just a huge festival, so let's say this is as advertised, right?
Yep.
And you want to make sure you don't sell out. Would you load your smoker right then and there? Right after you take meat out?
Off and put back on? Yeah.
Just so you'd have extra just in case?
Yep. So yeah, we pull off at 4, so we wouldn't do ribs for something like that.
Yeah.
Which is usually why the schedule we cook on is the way it is, because ribs have to be on by 4:30 in order for us to have them ready for lunch. 4:35 for lunch. So yeah, we would pull pork off and just fill it back up with pork. So do another 12 butts or 10 butts or whatever and put them back on. And then those would be ready. Those we would probably wrap halfway through. And those would be done around noon or 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Just so that way we're not having to pull pork off right as we hit dinner rush type of thing. Yeah. And then trying to pull pork. Even though without the stovetop now, when we have that table, we do have a little bit more room if we manage things well, but then we also have to get food on for the next day too. So making sure that we clear a window to where we're pulling pork, not at the same time that we have to prep pork to go back on.
Yeah.
That whole ballet of things.
So
that might be an instance where we do a little pre-cooking, do a couple extra butts each day leading up to it.
And like I'm just trying to do the math, and I don't even physically see that we could do the math.
It's a lot of food.
It's a whole lot of you're talking $30,000 in 10 hours. That's when have we ever done a consistent $1,000 hour over 4 hours, let alone 10 hours?
Well, we don't, because we usually run out of food. But if
and
you
that's
look back at our Food
I
Truck
guess,
Fridays on the 3-hour stretch, they were all $1,000 hours.
yeah. So that's what I was getting at, is kind of what's it going to take for you to, I guess, cook more food than what you normally would,
Well, yeah, I mean, like you said,
restock
over 10 hours, that's $3,000 hours for 10 hours straight, which is just not doable. So then you're thinking we can't handle 3,000 people over the course of the day. That we can't put through that kind of traffic in a line. Like we can't move people fast enough to do that.
That's my thought.
Yeah. Couldn't you though?
No.
We would kill each other before we got through the third hour.
It would be a crime scene by the end of the hour 6.
We would need at least 2 other people on the truck to relieve and to move that much food. It's a push to push $10,000 or $1,000 or $1,200 out an hour.
Oh, we can do 12.
It's all easy. Hands on deck, and we're moving.
I mean, so like when we go down to Midwest, we're doing a $1,200 hour, but some of those orders are $100, $120.
Right.
It's not 3,000.
It's not going to be like that.
Yeah. So best I ever did was 4,000 in one day. It was 2 of us working the truck, and it was at one of our local flavor fruit farms.
Yeah.
And we sold out in 4 hours. So it was $1,000 out. That was $1,000 an hour.
Triple that.
I haven't done that since, but we can.
Yeah, so triple that output.
And how are you feeling at the end of that? Like, I mean, it's like, really
tired. You're tired, but the good thing is both of you know what to do. So either one of you can switch out by, somebody can take the register or. No, I mean you would need more people to have a $30,000 day, but I understand that. I guess what was going to take to, I guess, have that much food be available.
I think we could have the food available. I don't think we can get people through quick enough. I think if we planned on 1,000 transactions or 1,000 people, we'd be okay.
Wouldn't you just
limit your menu every hour? Huh?
Would you just limit your menu? Or would you run whatever you normally would? I mean, take off the things that take a little bit longer to do. Like
we wouldn't do our nachos. But other than that, right? What do you take? I mean, no meat by the pound, no ribs. Other than that, everything is quick, Yeah. We can get everything out quick, except for the Dorachos. Yeah, I don't know. Unless we're pre-making sandwiches. And you have someone over there just cranking out like piglets and Lord of Swines and having them set and ready. Yeah. So that we can just sling them out. And I'm sure that's what a lot of people do. I know I was talking to Jay Craig at Outlaw, and they have done a couple events.
Yeah.
Where they just had like 3 people back there just making sandwiches, and they were just ready to go. And they just had a simple pork sandwich and a couple sides. I think that's almost the level that we would have to be at, I think.
Yeah, I understand. I got that.
So yeah, I'm good with, if we can get through which even sounds crazy, 1,000 people. We serve 1,000 people a day. You're still at a $30,000 weekend. And that's probably low. Because our average check is probably closer to 15 than 10 per person.
Yeah,
once you factor in a drink or a sandwich and a side, we're definitely in that 15. So now you're talking a $45,000 weekend. How many months have you had that have been 45,000 or higher? And you're doing that in 3 days.
No, 35 is my highest for a month. So just imagine that in a day. I know.
Yeah, we did. I think last June we'd hit 52. I think is what our total was for the month of June, and that was our busiest month ever.
If Chris is going to be a member of our podcast, can you please invest in a phone holder for him?
I apologize.
No, I'm just messing with you.
So yeah,
could you just imagine doing it though? Just imagine like if you got invited to something like that, would you figure out how to do it?
Dude, I'm contemplating applying for it. Yeah, it's because it's the number, man. It's how many opportunities do you have to do those kind of numbers?
So one thing I heard on Darren Worth's podcast, Cue the Mic, when he was talking about just catering, is somebody calls you up and say, hey, I want this, 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 and this. I want it for this amount of people. His advice is whether you can do it or not, say yes, and then figure it out after that. So it's like with something like this, if you're going to go there and you're already thinking that there's going to be just the amount of people there that you could do your best ever, it's intimidating, but it's like yeah, I got to figure out how to do it. That's because you're not going to listen. You're not going to fail, right? You're just going to sell out of food, or you're just going to, whatever the case may be. You're not going to fail. You're still going to make a great day, whether it's 30.
We thought that a few times last year. I can refer you back to August/September in the stretch of 4 events that we had that, none of which were a normal day for us. So, let alone a festival day. The amount of food we threw away at Art Prize is pretty sickening. So,
well, I hope you didn't give them any money.
Huh?
I hope you didn't give them your contribution.
Yeah, because we had that wasn't a percentage. That was a pay for the spot. That weekend cost us $1,200 for the spot, and I don't know that we did $1,200 in a single day.
Our first day was well under that.
Yeah, so
for the entire day.
Yeah, that's just
the second day.
We were struggling to do $100 and $200 hours for that.
That first day, I don't think we had maybe 2 hours that were over $100.
Yeah. So I am a little gun shy.
I understand it. I get it.
But especially, last year was our first year really delving into the whole festival thing. It started out pretty good. And the ones that we had been to before have been good. We had some bad luck with some food truck Fridays, but I don't know. I think we'll probably apply for it. There are ways. That's the good thing about doing competitive barbecue for as long as we have. We have friends. We have plenty of friends that if I asked any of them if they wanted to hang out with us for 3 days and bring their comp trailer down and cook some extra food and, pop open a vending window and set up a second square. That's a thing that if we have some of these really hit well this year, that we invest in a couple extra squares for festivals, and we set up just a cashier stand, a couple extra cashier stands, and we just have people fucking making sandwiches like that, see if we can get to that 3,000 transaction type of count. But no, I think if we hit anywhere between 750 and 1,000, it'd be those 3 days would be our best 3 days we've ever had.
Ever.
So,
yeah, that's what so this year with the second trailer, that's kind of what I'm hoping for is having, I just found out that the two events that I was hoping to be at on the same day, one of them switched to the month prior, so I can't do that.
Oh, yeah, we have one of our Granville festivals said they're moving a week to get off of something else in the area, but it's going to end up being on the same weekend as our Bluegill Frolic, I think. So,
I love that name.
And at which point in time we'll have to skip the Bluegill Frolic and stick with Granville because at 5 minutes versus an hour. So, yeah.
You can always set up a tent. Send some Cambros to the tent.
Nope. Chris, you're heading to Marcellus with some Cambros in a tent.
Nope.
Who works for who here?
Is Caleb coming back next year?
As far as I know.
So he
worked. Someone asked me that yesterday.
Sorry, what, Skippy?
I said he worked out well then.
Chris? I like that I'm looking over at Chris in the window and away from my camera. No, he was fine. He'll get better next year.
Still learning.
Yes.
And Pam?
Chris has apologized to me a whole lot since Caleb's been hired because he finds himself yelling at Caleb for the same things I had to yell at Chris for. So
it's learning. We're learning. The more you know.
We're all learning together, right? Shut my window.
Rainbow with a star. The more you know. All right, bye, Skippy.
Bye, Skippy.
Oh, I'm still here. I just shut my window so the sun wasn't beating on my face.
So, Skippy, are you?
If you're asking me about the other trailer, don't ask yet. I don't know.
Yeah, Fran says 2 trucks running, 1 serving, and 1 cooking.
Yes, you actually, as she typed that, you actually said the exact same thing. So I was wondering if you read it because you were.
No, I didn't. I just saw it. Matt?
Bye, Josh.
Matt's here. Cleaning.
Oh, cleaning guy. Must be nice to have Josh.
You know, that's us 1%ers, business owners.
Yeah. Got yourself a cleaning guy.
It is. I didn't have a choice.
I clean my own house and I get yelled at for it, so it's great.
See, this way I can't get yelled at, and we can yell at Matt instead. Morning, Matt. What were we talking about before the 2 trucks, 1 cup?
Cheese.
Cheese?
Wow, let's get canceled twice in one. I figured.
What were you talking about just before that? Oh, you said we were running an ad for winter for catering, Skippy.
Yes.
Are you booking yet for next year? Are you actively booking for next year yet?
Oh yes.
Open houses and weddings. Do you have anything on yet?
The entire every weekend in June is booked. All right.
What about the other 8 months?
Well, June is the highest for open houses.
Yeah. Weddings, festivals. Are you going to try to hit festivals?
I will try to hit festivals. I have my eye on a few that I need to that registration to become open. My first true event is March 9th. It's our Southwest Michigan Beer Fest. It's the one we did last year. That was basically a barbecue food truck rally.
Did you say Southwest Michigan?
Southeast. Sorry, Southeast.
Yeah.
Or Southern or Southeast, something like that.
All right.
Jackson's like right in the middle of the state or middle of 94 kind of thing, but we're still called like Southeast. Anyway, so last year there was 7 food trucks and 3 of them were barbecue.
How'd you do?
The rest of them were all different ones. So hopefully it's not the same. Anyway, but yes. What is going on here?
Did Josh fart?
Travis looking for a dog.
Did he toot? And he really just smell some cheeseburgers, did you? Ketchup?
No. A lot of chicken soup lately.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right then.
Oh, there is a dog. Yeah. You farted, didn't you? Yep. Thought I smelled it familiar.
Chris, one thing you'll learn about our podcast is it's pretty much all Josh all the time.
All Josh, all the time.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so yes, so we're gonna hit some festivals. We're gonna hit a whole bunch of stuff this year. We're gonna have fun doing it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're gonna have to stop the podcast. Josh is no longer here.
Oh no, Josh he took his video off. He must be scolding his dog.
Oh, it looks like he's muted as well.
Looks like he's
so we can't hear him. Yeah.
So, Chris, are you looking forward to the off season?
Yes and no. I'm already a little bit bored, but I'll find some stuff to do. And luckily, I've got some work to do next week already. I've been told, so I'm excited about that.
Good. Yeah, I'm bored as well. However, I do have I want to build the viral TikTok tote storage thingamabobby. Have you seen that?
There's a large deer in your backyard.
Oh, did somebody chime in? Oh, is he there? Oh, geez. Oh, no, now he's muted.
Oh, he's gone again.
He's all set now.
I'm not sure about this tote storage thing. I haven't heard about it, but I'll have to do some research.
Yeah, it's woodworking and I don't. It's just cutting a whole bunch of 2x4s. So
Nice.
I hope I can do that right. Except I got to move everything, but I'm not the best at cutting. I cut 7 times and measure once.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So I hear you're working next week too. Your slave driver of a boss is not giving you any time away.
He texted me at 5:30 this morning to let me know that I am of need next week.
Were you up at 5:30 in the morning?
I was up at 6.
Oh, okay. So now he's texting you when you're not really awake. So it's
he just texts me, when he's awake, and then he knows that I leave my phone on silent because of that. So I'll get to him when I see it.
Let's get an employee's. So we've always gotten Josh's being the owner of the truck. Let's get an employee's point of view. What's one thing on the truck you hate doing?
Oh, one thing on the truck that I hate doing.
Just absolute, like, you understand, like, it's part of the process, part of what you got to do, but it irks you.
All of it, I know. I have, like, at some point in time, driving the trailer. Good job, Josh. Correct, driving the trailer.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So,
and I do it. I do it quite often, and I don't have a problem with it. I just hate doing it. I'm not. I don't think at any point in my life will I ever be able to become a long road trucker. Okay. I know that that's off the list for me as fun things to do. I'm not a fan of having long other wheeled objects behind me that I am responsible for towing and pulling, and that would probably be it. Or maybe making derachos. If I had to, if I could have a designated deracho maker on the truck, I'd be okay with that.
I was just going to ask, what's the one item you don't like to make?
That one.
The derachos?
Oh, without a doubt.
I think I remember working with you and seeing that.
It's only because everything else is so easy to make. And it's not that the derachos are hard to make. It's just they're very time consuming.
Right. It's a lot of ingredients. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's one thing on the truck that you would like to see added? A menu item, maybe?
If I wanted to add a menu item to the truck, I would buy my own truck and make my own menu.
Okay.
Because it's Josh's menu.
Wow. Okay. All right. All right. So, of the items,
there's some history to that answer of his.
There's a lot of history to that answer.
Something tells me it's the history of, you want to add something to the menu? Go get your other damn truck and do it yourself.
Yeah, okay. That was pretty early on. There was a lot of stress with pandemic roadside.
Glad you're back, Josh. We're just having a conversation.
Was I ever really gone?
No,
you're always in.
You're omnipotent. Is that the word?
I am inevitable.
I don't know about that. So, okay. So you have, assuming that you didn't have to get another truck, what would be something that you would like to see Josh think more about when it comes to
permission to speak freely, Chris?
Menu items.
I'm quite comfortable where we're at on a menu item standpoint. I do feel that we have quite a very large menu.
Okay.
We get comments quite often that it's one of the largest food truck menus that people see.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think we need to add an additional.
Okay.
There's not space for additional items. You know what I mean? So
let's flip it. So let's flip it. What would be one menu item you'd take off?
And that again is a mute point too, because every menu item that we have on the truck, I guess, other than our Presley, which is our peanut butter sandwich,
Yep.
uses other items. So the only item that we would be able to get rid of, like, so if we're are we talking like, why are we trying to do this? Are we trying to do it for space savings?
No,
are we trying to do it like
just maybe
just for fun?
Just for fun.
Okay.
So let's take the Presley off. Presley's no longer on the menu. What do you fill that space with? What is
I like the
the keener
on there? So what is the keener? It would be a nacho cheese version of our Newtown Philly on a bun. And maybe I'll definitely add some jalapenos on there. But I would do it on a bun, like as like an open face sandwich. Just do the bottom of the sandwich, some the onions and the peppers on the bottom, brisket on top of that, and then a fork, because you're gonna just layer some of that nacho cheese on top.
Oh, I
some
like
jalapenos
an
on
open
top
face.
of that.
An open face, basically Philly cheesesteak wit. Yeah, I like it.
So kind of like a hot beef sandwich almost, you know what I mean? But instead of gravy, you're throwing nacho cheese on it.
Yeah.
And that's all the stuff that we have on our truck too.
Yeah,
so we're not adding.
Yeah, it's everything that you have. Okay. He's got a good mind, Josh. He's got a good mind. That's a good. That sounds like on a winter day, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
No, but we're not open in winter.
Correct. You're absolutely not open on winters. Okay.
But when we open at the end
March,
when we open at the beginning of March, and
it was very wintry.
Yeah, that would be a belly warmer for sure. We call it the Keener belly warmer.
Yeah. I'll warm your bellies.
Yeah, you will, with your personality.
With that creamy sauce.
Oh, all right. The third time we're going to cancel today. Awesome. Okay. Josh, what would you take off? What would you add?
Sorry, what?
Oh, sorry. Did we take you out of your...
I would take Pam off.
What?
And add another full-time person.
That's rude. That is.
Well, she's already retired. She's already off the truck.
Doesn't
it's like
matter.
saying, what would you remove from the earth? I'd say dinosaurs, but they're already gone. So
he's not doing that out of want. He's doing that out of necessity.
I would much rather have Pam on the truck for the next 35 years, doing 40 hours a week.
Well, this was supposed to be fun, but I guess Josh took the fun out of it. I'm thinking about taking off our Cubano sandwich and putting something else on there.
What are you taking off? I'm sorry, I missed you.
I was thinking about taking off our Cubano, which is ham, Swiss cheese, pulled pork, mustard sauce, and pickles, and putting something else on. Because I only keep the cheese and the ham and the mustard sauce for that one thing.
Yeah. And how is it a decent enough selling item, or is it?
It's okay. It's in the bottom. I think it's in the bottom 3 of our 8. So it's okay. But I like some of the ideas that some customers gave us. So.
Like what?
Yeah. What? Like I love.
What were you going to replace it with?
I would probably do. It'd be tough because I'd really want to do like a beef and cheddar. That is basically kind of what Chris said, but do just a bun with brisket and nacho cheese on the top. But I don't do nacho cheese all the time, so that would be like a special. And then switching St. Louis ribs to baby back ribs, and doing the McRib, the adult McRib sandwich. Because that way I could still cook ribs and not have anything else that I'm cooking on there. Just got to take the bone out. Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking about.
What about rib tips?
I hate rib tips.
Well, I know, but
So does Josh, but our customers love them.
Apparently, unless we actually have them, and then no one comes and buys them.
There's been a couple times that we've had them and we sold out of them.
That was very location specific.
Yeah, it was. Might have been.
I think there was some other demographics at work at that particular location.
I mean, I've only been asked for rib tips a handful of times. So but I also buy St. Louis spares. I don't buy the full racks.
Well, so yeah, that's the thing. That's the good thing about rib tips is you can buy the full rib is the same price as the St. Louis rib.
Yeah.
So you're getting the rib tips for free. All that's extra is a little bit of labor.
Just more
and then
work.
You're seasoning them. Huh?
Just more work.
What? More work? That's labor, yeah. Good call.
Just more work.
If you would hire somebody, just one person, get yourself a Chris.
Listen, I understand what I can get. I completely understand. Finding a Chris is not as easy as you think it is. You were lucky to have a Chris in the very beginning.
Okay. Step one is go to the nearest cannabis shop.
Wow.
Damn.
What? Look
we
for
have one on every street corner in our lovely town. So
see, it's a target-rich environment. Look for someone that doesn't look super stereotypical stoner, just like semi. So not super red eyes, but they're kind of half closed.
Damn.
Can put together a full sentence. That's your guy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Super relaxed, level-headed. Every time they come back from a smoke break, they're happy. See? I'm going to guess he smoked before the podcast. Yeah. Get yourself a Chris.
Put up with this shit, huh?
Every day.
Pardon?
I said, you put up with this shit, huh?
Chris actually asked to be on the podcast so he could resign and do it publicly.
Waiting for the remainder of the salary for this year.
Well, that makes two people that I know then.
Josh, he'd like to inquire into his severance package.
The severance is Severine. All payments.
See, I can't fire myself. So, I mean, I can fire myself, but I have to rehire myself afterward.
No, I mean, yeah. Luckily, I had Chris from the beginning.
You did.
I duped him good. I painted all the sunshines and rainbows and stacks of money.
Blessings that you had him.
I can't believe he hasn't left yet. Deuces? Are you saying deuces? Are you pacing out?
That makes two of them.
So.
Yeah, I mean, the dynamic you guys have is great. I mean, like I said, I've worked on your truck a couple times. You guys do work good together. I guess I haven't seen any attempted fist fights or.
You should come around at a couple of our bigger events. Things have been thrown. Usually just sandwiches.
Usually it's buns in my eye. It's wadded up buns that go right into my eye. I only
threw one at your head. I didn't expect it to actually hit you in the eyeball.
Workers' comp.
Yeah.
So if Josh were to obtain a second trailer, would you be interested in running that trailer by yourself or with an employee per se?
I mean, that was the thought process in the whole thing is that's kind of where it's going to need to go.
So what's your biggest, other than pulling the trailer or whatever, because we've established that, what's your biggest fear in operating a second trailer by yourself? Or not by yourself, but you know what I mean. Being responsible for another trailer.
Ending up with an 8. Yeah, no. I've done it already. I mean, I do it once a week, twice a week sometimes during the season.
Can you do it 6 days a week?
He has.
Oh, yeah, you have. Because Josh takes vacations.
Josh went to California. Yeah.
That's right.
Takes vacations?
That was a very long week. I definitely gained a lot more respect for Josh's daily, workflow. I know I couldn't do it 6 days a week for 33 weeks a year or 84 weeks, straight or whatever.
That stretch
it
was stupid.
I
am not bored yet.
Josh is another form of a being. I don't think that everybody has that drive to put that many hours in. And I know my experience with Josh being gone was different than Josh's experience on a weekly basis having me. So it was kind of like me doing Josh's job without me, right? Because I was doing both my job and Josh's job.
Mm-hmm.
So whereas, on a regular week, Josh has me to be able to come in at 7:30 in the morning. I stop at storage on the way to work. I get everything that we need for the day to run operations during the day that we have at storage,
Yeah.
And then I get to work and I'm able to prep, and then Josh is able to leave and go either do, shopping at GFS or get stuff done or take care of posting Facebook stuff or other obligations that he has family wise. Whereas that week, I was stuck to his house. I didn't have a family life that week. I didn't have
You're welcome.
Pretty much anything that week. It was wake up at 5 a.m., 4 a.m., and 3:30 a.m., whatever it was, and work until 9 o'clock at night, and pure exhaustion puts me back to bed. So it's a little bit different there, but it's definitely a lot. And regardless of how much work you're doing in those hours, you're still up from 3:30 in the morning every day until at least 9 p.m., every night.
Yeah. Very true.
I did my best to make sure that you have
your
less
jobs
to do
every day.
So I don't know.
You definitely took care of me as far as making it so I didn't have to stress over making mac and cheese every morning or go shopping for, most of the stuff. The fridge was really stocked well. And I think there was 1 day, 2 days that I had to go buy a couple things, stuff like that. So it wasn't like I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, but still at the same point in time, I was still running around like a chicken with my head cut off to make sure everything was firing at the same level that we are able to fire when there's two of us here.
Yeah. I understand. And that's right.
So with a second truck, it's not like he has to do that type of, because
it's more
the workload doesn't double with two trucks.
No,
that's right.
Just
60% increase. Yeah.
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 No, I know. I would love to hear his side of things on kind of where he wanted it to, where he saw. I guess
we've rehearsed all these questions before.
I'm very Josh loyal, so anything that I said will be.
And he better appreciate the shit out of that. I don't think he does, but that's fine.
But no, it's definitely. I mean, it's something that we have done, that I've done, and that I'm willing to do and able to do. It's just the stress of pulling the truck, the stress of the longer days, because that I commute quite a bit to Josh's house every day. So that makes my, already 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. just from me being at work for prep in the morning until end of service at 7 p.m. every night. That means I'm not home until, 9 o'clock if I'm driving back to Josh's house after service drop off, and then driving from Josh's house to my house. So
yeah, for sure.
Just very long days.
For sure.
The thing I would change would be my commute.
So would it be easier for you if the other truck was actually parked at your house instead of his house?
No, because I would still have to go to Josh's house every morning to pick up the meat, because we're not going to have two smokers. in 2 different locations. We're not going to be, you know what I mean? We're not going to. So the food still comes from one primary source, so it still have to be there.
And I don't think there's enough. I mean, if we were to put another smoker on there and have that trailer up there, it's still getting pulled to Grand Rapids every day. You know, so then more miles on this. There's not. I don't think there's enough business in Newaygo County for us to set up 6 days a week. So,
gotcha.
I mean, we could probably run some other food trucks in that area out of business, but none of them are, you know, making money hand over fist up there. You know,
and none of them are running on a regular operation like we are either. You know, none of the food trucks up here are pretty much regular everyday operation. They're set up and go.
Yep.
Whenever it suits. You know.
So last thing, Chris, because we got 4 minutes left. One of our friends, both of our friends, posted on Facebook about a barbecue festival that was happening in Dowagiac. And
Michael
Michael.
Okay.
He knows Michael.
And basically, I posted that Josh was scared because he said I said something about maybe I should come down and we can not go against each other, but just have a little friendly
competition.
Yeah, friendly competition. And Josh told me to stay on my side of the state.
I responded to your comment about me being scared.
Yeah, you said stay on my side of the state.
No, I didn't. I said the only thing I'm scared of is my line being too long from people coming from you to me.
Ooh.
So what was your question towards me about this?
It wasn't necessarily a question. It's just what do you think about it? What do you think about me? Us doing a one event together. I assume you're just going to take his side, and that's fine. You can take his side. It's okay.
No, I welcome it. I welcome competition. My one thing is I guess, and now this is not me taking Josh's side at all. Don't take any offense to this, Skippy. We both run very similar menus. So I would just fear that the people down there would just think that you were a second Sweet Rex truck because your menu is so similar to our menu.
Until they saw us portion sizes. I'm sorry, Skippy. My response was scared of being too busy to keep you out of my trailer.
Oh boy. Yes, that's exactly.
Now if you want to come over, I'm more than welcome. I've never been unwelcoming of another barbecue truck even sitting next to us. I think we had 2 within earshot of us at Granville the last time, and it doesn't bother me at all.
No, we had I think there were 6 of them at the downtown, the Art Prize one that we were at.
That's probably why we were so slow.
So we were with 5 other barbecue trucks that weekend out of 20 trucks. So I do think that there's a critical mass when you're at an event like that where you don't need to have that many of the same type of food truck. You know, it's not all about
for sure.
Like, hey, let's just get 30 food trucks to show up, and then 15 of them are barbecue, and 10 of them are pizza trucks, and 3 of them are an ice cream or a Kona ice type of thing, and then 2 of them are actually something that are unique. I definitely think you need a good spread of things, but I would definitely have no problem setting up next to you, Skippy, any day.
And that is a barbecue festival, so that'll be heavy barbecue trucks.
I would only go. Here's the thing: is I would only go to that side of the state if Josh was okay with it.
Oh, absolutely. I am not like some other trucks where I worry about territories.
I didn't even realize Dowagiac was on this side of the state. I thought Dowagiac was. Where is that even?
It's like south. It's south of you guys.
Oh, that's where we set up down at.
It's down by Cassopolis. You went to
okay.
We stopped for gas there on the way back from the video game thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember now.
That little town that we drove through. Yep.
That's right. Dowagiac.
Yeah.
Dowagiac.
Yeah. Dowagiac.
Dowagiac.
No, you can't say the IA like Michiganders say IAs. They're very particular about it. They have it phonetically spelled out on their welcome sign. Like it's all broken up with the proper inflections, like a dictionary spelling. They're very proud of their city and their weird name. That's already on my calendar. I'm actually reaching out to them today to see when applications are going to be available. I was supposed to do it this last year, but we were late and they were full by the time we applied. So
I would love to do just one event with the both of us.
Absolutely.
Come on out, man.
I would love to do
just one. I would get your hotel early. There's not a lot of options down in the area, so yeah. I don't care. Unless you sell more than we do.
Bet you what?
He might make more food than or make more money than us, but he won't sell more food.
I said thumbs up.
You said something before that. What did you say before that?
I don't know.
Something about I'll sell more food or I'll make more money or something than you.
Oh, that was Chris.
Just after that, you said something.
I said you might make more money than us, but you won't make more food than us just because portion sizes are different. That's all.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah about portion sizes. Blah, 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 blah.
I can't hear you.
He's not saying anything. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. His normal food truck serving sizes and our oversized, underpriced serving sizes.
That's true. That's true because free beer or was it hot wings that said the weight of it?
Yeah. Yeah.
The story goes, Chris, is that many of us have told Josh numerous times that he could either A, charge more and should charge more, or
B, charge the same and decrease the portion size.
He's listened to all the podcasts. He's heard those arguments.
And
he's seen me directly after some of the recordings.
But I know that Josh is happy with everything he puts out, so I don't say anything about it because he's happy.
More importantly, our customer base is happy with what we put out.
I was going to say, I see our customers on a daily basis, and knowing the reaction that we get when they open the top of that container and see the amount of goodness that they get.
Absolutely.
That's why we do it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So,
absolutely. And on that note,
well, I am sorry. I have not been watching all of our various channels that we were live on. Keener, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, that's interesting. He doesn't pop up on our the YouTube stream. I don't see his picture. Huh. Anyways, we did have a live listener on YouTube. Brian Rogers said beans do not belong in real chili.
Yes.
We can't all be right. All right, that's it. We're way past over.
But the ones who say no beans is right, so that's fine.
Chris,
I think you're still wrong.
I will see you later. I'll talk to you about next Thursday.
Sounds good.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just had our head
tipped over. All right, Skippy. I think a fairly successful first run on this new platform. I was hoping Bubba was going to be on to let me know because he's the one that's usually complaining about sound quality. So, Bubba, let us know if this has been better or not. So, any final thoughts, Skippy?
Nope. Just ready to hit my tasks.
Oh, hey, by the way, I can't wait to hear all about your shelving units. Huh?
Also, just a quick plug. Sorry, quick plug, and then we go. I represent the Great Lakes Barbecue Association. We are doing a raffle for some awesome prizes. Each.
Oh, you're not announcing a winner?
First prize is a Outlaw Smokers Patio Edition. Retails over $4,300. Second prize So I don't even know what second prize is now. I think it's an Uni pizza oven. And then third prize is like gift cards, I think, or gift certificate for Pizza Story. And you're killing me, Smalls. Anyway, so hit me up at PBJ's BBQ of Michigan on Facebook. Really? Just trying to sell these raffle tickets, $25 a piece. Okay. Drawing
How long
is
is the
January
raffle
20th.
going on for?
You do not have to. Raffles will be drawn January 20th. So until we're out of tickets. So
Is that when the banquet is?
That is when the banquet is.
Where is that at?
Bay Valley Resort and in Bay Valley, Bay City, something like
Same
that.
place it has been the last couple of years.
Kind of, I think. It's on the Facebook. Oh, it'll be on the Facebook page shortly. But you do not need to be a member to purchase anything regarding the raffle, and do need not be present to win. So, please, again, if you'd like to purchase a raffle ticket, please do.
I might try to make it over this year.
Try is the key word.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Hope everybody has a great day.
You have a great week, Skippy, and I will talk to you later.